Okay, y'all, here's another story from the 1967 report, The Welfare Revolt. Let's see, child, let's see.
Maria Ortiz and her children, Hilda, Juanita, Antonio, Pedro, in their New York apartment. Mrs. Ortiz gets her welfare check under the Aid for Dependent Children program. It comes to about $117 every 2 weeks, about $3,000 a year. Not enough to pay the rent, feed and clothe the kids, and provide the diet that a doctor has told Mrs. Ortiz she needs. Another child is on the way, but the father of her children has deserted her.
We already got 4 crumb snatchers. They look like they 6 and under, and this woman's going to get pregnant again. You can't talk about her. You can't tell her. You don't know he left. He crusty, dusty, musty, rusty, ashy, a bum. Yep. I'm sure he is. I have no doubt. And yet, she still made 5 kids. Couldn't afford it with the welfare she already has. Can't afford rent. Can't afford this. Can't afford that. Then what good is the welfare? What good is the welfare? What is the point? But keep having kids? Now she on baby number 5. She ain't got the nutrition for baby number 5. She can't take care of 4 babies that she already got. Man was a bum, and yet somehow, some way, she became pregnant 5 times from said man. Going by what they say, looks like all 5 kids is by the same person. That apartment looks like crap. Sorry, it does. So it's definitely a low income situation. No income, probably. And all I'm saying is that, this is 67. Now, 2023. What's the difference? What's changed? People living in NYCHA. Shout out to NYCHA. People waiting around for Section 8 for 20, 30 years. Still having kids. Still can't afford them. What's changed? What has changed?
The fact that governs everything else in Mrs. Ortiz's life is money, or the lack of it. Her inability to give her children the things they need.
Her inability to give her children the things that they need. So were you able to give it everything that they needed to the first one? Were you able to give what they needed to the second and the first one? Were you able to give what they needed for the third, the second, and the first one? Were you able to give what they needed from the fourth, third, second, and first one in order to now come up with 5? Because if you couldn't afford to take care of them before 5, why have a 5th? You don't know her situation. It's not her fault. The condom could have broke. Child, y'all needs excuses, I swear.
But Mrs. Ortiz is comparatively fortunate. She lives in New York, which has one of the highest welfare standards in the country.
New York has the highest welfare standard in the country, huh? Child, shout out to NYC.
But Mrs. Ortiz is comparatively fortunate. She lives in New York, which has one of the highest welfare standards in the country. Some places, Mississippi and some other southern states in particular, keep welfare recipients at the edge of starvation. 30 cents a day for each child in some areas, 50 cents a day in others. In those last days before the welfare check arrives, the children subsist on what their mother bought 2 weeks previously, mainly cereal, sometimes potatoes.
Cereal and potatoes, and yet we're going to have another child. Okay. Whatever makes sense. Whatever makes sense.
Before the welfare check arrives, the children subsist on what their mother bought 2 weeks previously, mainly cereal, sometimes potatoes. Mrs. Ortiz, with 4 children and a 5th on the way, is probably beyond the point of marriage. The men she meets rarely earn more than $80 a week.
Ooh, hold on a second now. Hold on a second. Take it on back. Take it on back.
In those last days before the welfare check arrives, the children subsist on what their mother bought 2 weeks previously, mainly cereal, sometimes potatoes. Mrs. Ortiz, with 4 children and a 5th on the way, is probably beyond the point of marriage.
Now the reporter said that. 4 kids, 5th on the way, ain't no chance she gonna get married. That's what the reporter said. But you got Kendra G people up here talking about, I only got 8 kids. I did. I was young and dumb. Anybody that really wants me will marry me. I want to get married. This is 1967. 50 some odd years, ain't nothing changed. I want to get married. Me and all my kids ready to get married.
The men she meets rarely earn more than $80 a week.
Oh, the men she meets don't meet her criteria. A woman with 5 kids, they don't make enough money as far as she's concerned. So what I'm hearing is they do work. They do have income. They are bringing something in to their home or their situation, but it's not enough for her. Something just ain't right.
If she marries, her welfare check would most likely be cut off. The men cannot support her, and therefore they cannot marry her.
So she can't support herself already with $117 every 2 weeks, which is $240. If a man makes $80 a week times 4, 8, 16, 24, 32, they make more than she does. And she over here talking about they can't. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this proves me right. Lord, praise the Lord. Okay. Always proven right. Shout out to math, right? No financial literacy whatsoever. So because he makes $80 per week, they not calculating the fact that that is more than the welfare that she gets that they already said is not enough to take care of her and the damn kids. So she's choosing to stay married to welfare as opposed to a man who may be coming through to help her. You know, I'm just going by what they said. Because it's not enough for her. So she don't take into account any other benefits, health insurance, dental plans, 401ks, any type of benefits that the company has, any raises coming in the future, the potential to move forward, the potential to get more. No, they all want it now, period. You should come to me self-made and give me everything. No different than today. What's the difference, y'all? Tell me what's the difference. I'm hearing the same daggone thing. Y'all, it's the audacity, but you can't even blame them because they getting the same thing from their good mamas. Because it sounds like they had good mamas back in the 60s that didn't have any financial literacy. But knew how to F. They knew how to F. Interesting how these things are wash, rinse, repeat, do again. Oh, we know how to get down and dirty with it. Hey, we know how to have a good time. Hey, we don't know how to pick a man that's got anything going on. So maybe all our kids don't have the same daggone father. Allegedly. She gets somebody that's going to come out here and date her. So maybe those people got her pregnant and then they're like, all right, girl, I done had enough. But we only have her side of the daggone story. But what she's saying in her story is the fact that they were working. It just wasn't good enough for her. Because she want the same old, like they say on Kendra G, you got to make $500 million a year, whatever the equivalent is for 1967. And if you don't, then you're a bum. Knowing that she's the actual bum. This woman is the bum. You got 5 kids that you can't take care of. You can't feed yourself. You can't feed your kids. You dependent on the daggone government. And you have the nerve and the audacity to say that some man who has a job, who makes money, who brings money home weekly is not good enough for you. Y'all. But I'm the problem? Child, please.
At age 20, she may already be permanently consigned to the
20. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. 20 with 5 effing kids, talking about somebody else got to bring more to the table, basically. Wow. Wow. I am floored right now. 20 with 5 kids, y'all. Sheesh. He don't make enough money for me. He don't make enough money to take care of me. What am I supposed to do with that? I might as well get it from the government because he only make $80 a week. And because I don't know how to add or subtract, I think that that's not more than $117 every 2 weeks. Oh my God. Half damn crazy, but this just proves that nothing has changed after all this daggone time. They get it from their mama has a whole new meaning today, but child, that's it. That's all. I can't do it no more. If you made it this far, I do appreciate you. Please consider subscribing. I will see you all in the next one.